There is a cabin in the Appalachian Mountains listed for $135,000. 3 bedrooms. Wood-burning fireplace. Wraparound porch. Views that look like a desktop screensaver. This is not a foreclosure. This is not a fixer-upper from 1952. This is a solid home in a real town in America right now. While everyone fights over overpriced condos in Denver and Aspen chalets that cost more than most people earn in a lifetime, there are mountain communities across this country where your retirement savings buy more than a down payment. Places with hiking trails that start at your back door. Towns where the air is so clean it feels like a luxury product. Communities where neighbors still know your name and the cost of living has not yet caught up with the quality of the view. We spent weeks examining property listings, hospital access reports, winter road conditions, and what residents actually say on community forums when real estate agents are not listening. We found 7 mountain towns where the peaks are real, the communities are welcoming, and the prices have not yet lost all connection to reality. Now, before we dive in, if you find this helpful, tap that subscribe button. You will not want to miss what is coming next. Let us start with number 7 on our countdown. Elkins, West Virginia. Stand on the edge of the Monongahela National Forest on a clear autumn morning and watch the mist lift from the valleys below. The mountains roll away in every direction. Hardwood forests turn gold and red and orange in October. This view costs nothing and most of America has forgotten this town exists. Elkins sits in the Allegheny Mountains of central West Virginia with around 7,000 residents. This is a proper town with proper infrastructure. A regional medical center, Davis and Elkins College, a historic downtown with local businesses that have operated for decades. The mountain access is immediate and exceptional. Spruce Knob, the highest point in West Virginia, sits 30 miles south. Canaan Valley Resort is 40 minutes north. Hiking trails, trout streams, and national forest land surround the town in every direction. The average house price sits around $145,000. A 3-bedroom home with mountain views sold recently for $128,000. A renovated Victorian went for $165,000. The Greenbrier River Trail runs 78 miles through the region. The Monongahela National Forest offers over 900,000 acres of public land. Rock climbing, mountain biking, kayaking, and backcountry camping are accessible within 20 minutes. The honest consideration is winter and isolation. Elkins averages over 60 inches of snow annually. Roads can be challenging from December through March. The economy is not booming. Job opportunities are limited, which matters less for retirees but shapes the character of the community. A retired teacher from Northern Virginia moved to Elkins in 2022. She wrote on a relocation forum that she had expected isolation and found genuine community instead. Her mortgage payment is half what her rent was. She hikes 4 days a week. Her neighbors brought firewood during her first winter without being asked. The cost of living allows her to actually live instead of just survive. Number 6. Boone, North Carolina. This town sits at 3,333 feet elevation in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Population around 19,000. Home to Appalachian State University. The combination creates something unusual. Mountain town character with college town energy and amenities that towns this size rarely have. The Blue Ridge Parkway runs south of town. Grandfather Mountain rises 15 minutes away. The Appalachian Trail crosses nearby. Trails range from easy riverside walks to technical scrambles. Winter brings skiing. App Ski Mountain operates on the edge of town. Beach Mountain and Sugar Mountain sit within 30 minutes. The average house price sits around $285,000, but condos and townhomes regularly appear below $200,000. A two-bedroom condo near campus sold recently for $175,000. Properties in nearby Deep Gap and Villas fall below $180,000 routinely. Watauga Medical Center provides full hospital services. The university brings concerts, lectures, sporting events, and a population that keeps businesses viable year-round. The consideration is that Boone is not remote wilderness. Summer and fall bring tourists. Football weekends mean traffic. Winter snow can close roads. A retired couple from Charlotte relocated to Boone in 2023. Their condo cost less than the previous property tax bill. They ski in winter, hike in summer, and attend university events regularly. Number 5. Marquette, Michigan. Technically this sits on Lake Superior, but the surrounding landscape is defined by forested hills and dramatic elevation changes that feel distinctly mountainous. Population around 21,000. This is the largest town on Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Superior is so vast it creates its own weather. Winter lake effect snow buries the town. Annual snowfall averages over 150 inches. In summer, forests come alive. Hiking trails wind through Presque Isle Park. Sugarloaf Mountain offers views of the entire region. Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore sits 40 miles east with cliffs, waterfalls, and kayaking routes. The average house price sits around $185,000. A three-bedroom home with lake views sold recently for $192,000. Properties away from waterfront drop below $160,000 regularly. Up Health System Marquette provides full hospital services. Northern Michigan University brings cultural events and economic stability. Winter is the defining feature. Snow arrives in October and can linger into May. Temperatures drop well below zero. Lake effect storms dump feet of snow in single events. But for those who embrace winter sports, Marquette offers skiing, snowshoeing, fat tire biking, and ice climbing. A software developer from Minneapolis moved to Marquette during the pandemic. Marquette delivered everything he wanted from Duluth at half the cost. His house has a view of the largest freshwater lake on Earth. He skis more days per year than he did in Minnesota. Number 4. Leadville, Colorado. This is the highest incorporated city in the United States at 10,152 feet elevation. Population around 2,900. Leadville sits in the heart of the Colorado Rockies surrounded by 14ers. Mount Elbert and Mount Massive, the two highest peaks in the Rockies, rise above town. Here is the remarkable thing about Leadville. It is in Colorado, surrounded by mountains that people pay extraordinary sums to access, and houses still exist below $200,000. The average home price sits around $425,000, but older homes still appear between $180,000 and $220,000. A two-bedroom home sold in early 2025 for $195,000. A fixer-upper cabin went for $175,000. Outdoor access is unmatched. Hiking, climbing, mountain biking, skiing, snowshoeing, and trail running are world-class. Turquoise Lake sits at the edge of town. Ski Cooper operates 20 minutes away with lift tickets at a fraction of Vail prices. The honest challenge is altitude. 10,000 feet affects everyone differently. Some adapt quickly. Others struggle permanently. Winters are long and harsh. Snow can fall any month. Economic opportunities are limited. Remote work makes Leadville viable. A writer from Seattle relocated in 2021. Altitude sickness lasted 3 weeks, followed by physical transformation. She runs trails at 12,000 feet now. Her cabin cost what a parking space costs in Denver. She has access to mountains people fly across the country to visit, and she walks to them from her door. Number 3. Salida, Colorado. This town sits at 7,000 feet in the Arkansas River Valley. Population around 6,000. Salida has become known among outdoor enthusiasts, but it has not yet reached the price levels that make Summit County inaccessible. The Arkansas River runs through town. This is some of the best whitewater in Colorado. The collegiate peaks surround the valley. 14,000-foot mountains rise in every direction. Mountain biking has exploded. The Monarch Crest Trail starts 20 minutes away. Salida has developed a reputation for art galleries and the creative community. The average house price has climbed to around $520,000, but condos and smaller homes still appear below $250,000. A one-bedroom condo sold recently for $185,000. A two-bedroom home went for $215,000. Heart of the Rockies Regional Medical Center provides hospital services locally. The consideration is that Salida is changing rapidly. Prices are rising faster than most mountain towns. The creative community that made it appealing is being priced out. What exists today may not exist in 5 years. A graphic designer from Fort Collins moved in 2020. He bought a home for $198,000. Today it is valued near $300,000. But the river still runs through town. The mountains still rise every morning. He still has access that would cost double elsewhere. Number 2. Brevard, North Carolina. This town sits at the entrance to Pisgah National Forest in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Population around 8,000. Brevard has something most mountain towns lack. Waterfalls. Over 250 waterfalls within a short drive of downtown. Looking Glass Falls drops 60 feet and sits 5 minutes from downtown. The forest provides endless hiking. The Davidson River is a designated trout stream. A walkable downtown with independent businesses remains intact. The Brevard Music Center brings classical performances every summer. White squirrels live in the trees. The average house price sits around $385,000. But homes regularly appear between $200,000 and $250,000. A 3-bedroom home sold recently for $225,000. A cottage near the forest went for $198,000. Transylvania Regional Hospital provides local care. Mission Hospital in Asheville is 35 minutes away. The honest consideration is humidity. This is the Southern Appalachians. Summer is hot and wet. Mold and mildew are constant battles. A retired accountant from Atlanta moved to Brevard in 2024. Brevard gave her everything she wanted from Asheville at half the price. She hikes to a waterfall most mornings. Her property taxes are lower than her car payment was. Number 1. Taos, New Mexico. Taos has name recognition, but the town remains more affordable than its reputation suggests. Taos sits at 7,000 feet in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. Population around 6,000. The landscape is high desert meeting alpine forest. Sagebrush and pinon pine at lower elevations give way to aspen and spruce higher up. The ski valley offers legitimate skiing 30 minutes from town. Summer hiking provides access to Wheeler Peak, New Mexico's highest point at 13,159 feet. The Rio Grande Gorge cuts through the landscape. The bridge stands 650 feet above the river. What makes Taos remarkable is cultural depth. Taos Pueblo has been continuously inhabited for over 1,000 years. The art community has drawn creatives since the early 1900s. Georgia O'Keeffe lived nearby. The average house price sits around $425,000, But adobe homes still appear below $250,000. A two-bedroom adobe sold recently for $215,000. A small house with mountain views went for $189,000. The consideration is remoteness. Taos is isolated. Albuquerque is 2 hours away. Winter road conditions can be treacherous. A photographer from Portland moved in 2023. The light is unlike anywhere he had lived. His adobe home cost less than his previous rent. He skis 40 days a year. The art community is real and welcoming. The isolation is part of the appeal. Taos does not feel like the rest of America, and that is why he stays. So there you have it. 7 mountain towns where houses still exist below $200,000 or close enough that stretching remains possible. From Appalachian forests to high desert peaks. From college towns with infrastructure to isolated communities where remoteness is the point. Prices range from $135,000 to $250,000. None of these places are perfect. Some face harsh winters. Some are isolated from major cities and medical facilities. Some are changing rapidly. But perfection is not the point. The point is finding a place where the life on offer matches the life you want to live. The mountain dream has not died. It has simply moved away from Instagram destinations toward towns that reward those willing to look beyond Aspen and Jackson Hole. If any of these sparked your interest, visit in winter, not summer. Go in February. Walk the trails in the cold. Have coffee in a local shop. Talk to residents who have lived through 10 winters. Ask about roads and hospitals and isolation. Because community matters more than views. Finding people who understand why you moved to the mountains matters more than finding the perfect cabin. These 7 towns have that. They are waiting for people ready to trade convenience for elevation and commute times for trail access. Please watch the video appearing on your screen next. And do not forget to subscribe.